Aero is the worst element in Wuthering Waves, or at least it was back when I started this account in April of 2025. Today we're going to be starting an Aero-only challenge in Wuthering Waves. Our goal to beat the entirety of Wuthering Waves using only Aero characters. It may be weird to hear that, with Mono Aero being arguably the strongest team in the game, but if you take away Cartethyia and Chikona from the list of Aero units, you're left with the limited mediocre unit and a bunch of rejects. The kicker is, they don't exactly play nice with each other. Let's take Jianxin for example. She's a liberation damage buffer, and the only Aero character who can really benefit from that is Yangyang. Those two names together should already have you cringing, but in case it doesn't, I spent 12 hours around the start of this account trying to build Jianxin, only to get timed out on Morning Ikes. You know, the hologram that has less than half the HP of every other hologram in the game? Yeah, that one. The best healer we have access to is Aero Rover, who has his Forte generation hampered if he's not on the same team as Cartethyia. Seriously, who thinks this is good design? His kit already sucks. If you dodge in the air, you have to go back to the ground to build his Forte. He also straight up has no mobility up there, so mobs and bosses just straight up walk away from him. This account was a complete train wreck before the limited units arrived. And if you want to watch that train wreck, you can check out the playlist. But for this video, I'm going to need a certain general to boost my morale. Alright, first 10 pull. I've never pulled on this account before, so this is fresh pity. Every Ashtray we have saved so far. This is a purple, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip. None of the raid ups are actually useful in here. We have Lumi, Yuan Wu, Dao Chi. None of those are good. Pull number 70. It's a yellow? Okay. So, this is a 50-50. Do we win the 50-50? That was a jump scare. For some reason, I thought that was my 5-star. No way. Do we win the 50-50? Yo, this is teasing me so hard. It's going all the way to the end. No way. All right, 50-50 win? 50-50 win? Calcharo. No, dude, I won Calcharo, but not on this account. No. Remember, any Aero character that we get is useful. Everything else is trash. This guy, super useful. This guy's gonna be the GOAT of our account. There's no hype to be had. We got him at double pity. This game sucks. Going from Jianxin main DPS to a real character like Jiyan feels like going from Guantanamo Bay to getting front row tickets at an ADO concert. Wait, that's actually in the script? Based! Naturally, when I'm happy, Curl has to kick me in the balls. They, for some ungodly reason, decided it was a good idea to go back to back to back on the Aero units on banner. I don't think I've mentioned it so far, but that's a problem, mainly because this account is free to play. Is that because it makes the challenge more fun, or it's more interesting for the viewers to watch? No. I just have a superiority complex over people who unironically spend money so they can touch themselves with 2D avatars. Wait, why are you zooming in? Stop! The original plan was to pick up Jiyan's weapon and Chikona, potentially doing open world exploration for Cartethyia. Obviously, that plan went to shit, so I had to make a judgment call with zero knowledge. Who's gonna be more overpowered? The bard I saw for all of 2 seconds in the story? Or the girl they dedicated an entire story arc to when she wasn't even on the banner? Yeah, I'm basically Sherlock Holmes for figuring that one out. With that mystery solved, I dropped my hopes of getting Chikona faster than Kuro dropped her from the story when she was off banner. First time. Okay, look, I make that sound like an easy decision, but the reality is both Jiyan and Cartethyia share the same exact units. So missing out on Chikona here was actually a pretty big deal. If I can't get both Cartethyia and her signature here, I won't have the firepower to clear tower given how few units we have. Surely I wouldn't lose another 50-50, right? Cartethyia, Cartethyia, Cartethyia? Cartethyia is OP, but I'm not gonna lie, after pulling her, I wanted to crash out. In theory, going 4-4-1-1 should be easier to farm because you have 2 perma-farmable echoes you can get, and 1 costs are technically the easiest to acquire, but in reality, every time you hit crit rate or crit damage, it's always on the wrong set. You know what? Buyer, whoever decided, boss moms need to be 50-50 on their sets immediately. Stay focused, Rhinne. They came here for a video about you beating endgame with only Aero characters. Do you really think they give a singular fuck about your grievances with the game? Right. Tower. We need 3 teams, and I have 6 characters. When looking at tower runs, you want to build around the hardest towers and then work backwards. Jiyan and Cartethyia are the strongest DPS units we have access to, so we're gonna build teams around them. Aalto can both serve as a main DPS and a sub DPS unit, but we lack buffers. His outro giving arrow damage is the closest thing we have to a support on the account, and that makes his role as a sub DPS solidified. Aero Rover also has good buffs available. Arrow damage from his forte, rejuvenating glow procs, and either fallacy or bell depending on who we want to pair him with. There was gonna be a hard decision between who I wanted to split between Jiyan and Cartethyia, but then I remembered something. Jiyan is a 1.0 unit, and Cartethyia, well, I'm just gonna read this tower buff, and you let me know if this sounds okay. Arrow resistance is decreased by 10%. Casting Resonance Liberation causes a blast that deals arrow damage equal to 120% of the caster's max HP, triggered once every 5 seconds. Targets with arrow erosion have their defense reduced by 30%. If you're not a nerd, I'll translate it for you. Kuro really wanted me to clear tower. The buff is so OP, not only did I bring in Cartethyia solo, but I also left her at level 80. Soloing as Cartethyia is actually pretty simple. Cast your ultimate instantly to both start ticking its cooldown and get energy back faster. Then, you swap back to baby form. Build up 3 of your swords by using your basic attack chain, skill, and heavy attack, then plunge to deal a mass amount of damage and gain all the buffs. From there, you're basically just animation canceling whatever you use on Fleur-de-Lis by going back to Cartethyia. So when I go through my basic attack chain on Fleur-de-Lis, right as the sword is coming out, I swap back to baby form and do my auto attack chain there, canceling the last hit of that one by going back to Fleur-de-Lis again. Who does pretty much the same exact thing, going through her auto attack chain and then swapping to Fleur-de-Lis at the end. You can also set up a second plunge attack during the rotation if you have your skill available, but that didn't happen here because I'm a bit of a donkey. I basically just repeated the same exact thing for Fallacy, and now the time for fun begins. Do you remember what I said earlier about how bad it felt to be tortured on Jianxin and how liberating it felt to play a character who actually does damage? Well, imagine that feeling, but in reverse. Cartethia's kit is smooth like butter. Her skills flow so well together. She can even quick swap with herself. She's basically an entire team disguised as a single character. 34 seconds left soloing at level 80, missing 2 crit rolls. It's just not okay. It's not okay what they do with this character. And then we have whatever this is supposed to be. Jiyan's damage comes out over time, meaning that monsters who teleport are especially bad for him. If one of those dudes teleports away during my ult, that's a reset. Our damage is so low that I also don't have much luxury when it comes to playing around their attack patterns. Meaning if I get bad RNG while attacking and get grabbed, that's also a reset. But if I get lucky enough to get good RNG, I get the chance to tickle Scar with Jiyan's flimsy spear. Dude, who writes this? Oh wait, I do. Seriously though, that spear is actually flimsy. 6.2k damage per tick is not the play. We're gonna need a bit more firepower. I'm gonna need a few upgrades. I need to upgrade Aero Rover. I need to upgrade Aalto as well. Both of them are worthless pieces of shit. Wait. Oh. Or we don't bin it. If it's great, here we go. If it doesn't, then we stop. Damn. That's a big start. Oh my. Wait. It's actually gonna be a 5-liner. That's literally a 5-liner. Damn. Jesus Christ, that is a piece. Look at that. This piece screams we're clearing tower tonight. I also raised Aalto's skills a little more. I actually had more supplies I could give him, but anything I didn't spend here could be used on Yangyang and Jianxin, who I was sure were gonna struggle. At 29 seconds. As long as he doesn't port around like a donkey, it should be fine. Yeah, I think we have it here. Let's see. Ult to get to the ground. 7 seconds. 5 seconds? Wait, come on. I have the damage. Come on. Oh, it killed with the... Oh, the ult damage alone killed. Okay. I'll take that. Now it's time for something no one expected. Jianxin and Yangyang actually pulling their weight. So far, the account has been pretty blessed, so I haven't had to touch either since Morning Ikes. But actually, that came to bite us in the ass because neither of them are built and we have no resources. So, much like Morning Ikes, I brought them in to try and clear level 70. Unlike Morning Ikes, I figured out pretty quickly that wasn't going to happen, so I spent the next 4 hours playing TFT at home so I could duct tape a build together. So it looks a little bit weird to have her on the 2-2. It is technically less damage, but the echo is so much better that maybe this ends up working out. Let's see. We're 87-223 with 1.9k attack. Level 8 Forte, level 6 everything else. And Jianxin, level 8 Forte, level 7 Liberation, level 6 Resonance, level 5 Normal. 66-221 with 1.7k attack. Wow, that's terrible. The execution here is simple. Yangyang builds up her forte fast by using heavy attack followed by a dash cancel, which in turn gives me fast concerto gen, which I can use to funnel Jianxin her forte, because she's just so slow at it. All we need now is a sweet kiss from Lady Luck. Okay, big, they're both grouped up. Love to see that. Dude, it's kind of weird that Yangyang and Jianxin have like weird synergy in the sense that Jianxin needs infinite energy to get her ult back, and Yangyang can provide it to her. And she gives a lip damage too. That's kind of funny. Oh, they're both together. Oh, wait, this is perfect. You get a big ult here. Big AoE. This is huge. Wait, no, he's not in it. Come back. Look at that damage. All right, with good RNG, it's so much easier, bro. It's just so hard to get the good RNG. I said that and then immediately face tank. Good shit, bro. Yeah, this should be the clear. 13 seconds left. Yeah, I just need them to stack up better like that. All right, we got to do right side still, and then I have to redo middle. But we did get the clear. The only thing standing in our way from 30 out of 30 was right side. Lupa's tower buff is insanely strong, even if you're not running fusion. And with Yangyang being a Concerto gen monster, she just spams it. Is there another part after this? There has to be, right? There's no way this part was that like this easy when the other one was so hard. Dude, are you kidding me? I cleared an entire minute faster than the other one. That was first try. Like, dude, that's just so stupid. Floor 4 did do me a little dirty, though. No. Wait, I can't. Dude. In the end, Sentry Construct was no match for the Sausage Fest. Tower was fully cleared, and only one mode remained. I don't know why I said it like that. With only 6 characters, we're bringing everyone this time. It's just a matter of who goes where. If you didn't know, Jianxin can operate as a Rejuvenating Glow character using the Originite weapon. So with her and Aero Rover as our healers, we're gonna put them on opposite teams. Cartethyia and Jiyan can actually work together in a team comp, but with them being my only DPS characters, they'll also be on opposite sides. I was thinking Aero Rover goes with Cartethyia just because of their innate synergy, so that means Jiyan has to cope with Jianxin. I'm so sorry for you, Jiyan. That leaves Aalto and Yangyang remaining, and honestly, they're both pretty interchangeable here. I put Yangyang with Cartethyia for some quickstop fun, but I think I actually would have gotten a better performance if I put her with Jiyan and just spam my ultimate as fast as possible. They have pretty good stats though. No signature on Jiyan. The ending stats were 51.5k HP on Cartethyia, 120 energy regen, 64.4 crit rate, and 258 crit damage. She's on her signature. When we're Pilgrimage, skills not fully leveled, but pretty leveled. S0, 2k attack, 87.6 crit rate, 208 crit damage, 132 energy regen, level 90 Emerald of Genesis. She's on this set, Sierra Gale, but she didn't really get too much use out of it. Skills not even close to maxed out. Yangyang S1, however, 1.68 attack, 60 crit rate, 191 crit damage, level 70 weapon, level 70 himself, so he does negative damage. Skills not even close to maxed out either. S1, Jiyan 2.5k attack, 142 energy regen, 66.2 crit rate, 221 crit damage. Wait, it's like a near perfect ratio. That's kind of a banger. Lustrous Razor, he's on Sierra Gale as well. Level 10 skills. S0. Aalto was 83 crit rate, 222 crit damage, 1.8k attack, 154 energy regen, and he still wasn't getting his ult back. That's criminal. Illegal character. Static Mist, Moonlit Clouds for set, and then level 6 onto the skills. S1. Jianxin was 1.3k attack, 161 energy regen, 41 crit rate, and 228 crit damage. On Originite, level 70. She herself is level 80. Rejuvenating Glow. Level 8 Forte, level 7 Liberation, level 6 Skill, and level 5 Normal. S0. Dude, this account sucks. Holy shit. My account blows. Watching this back, I was misplaying with the comp. I was playing the comp as a standard 1-2-3, sitting in Cartethyia, but I don't have an outro buff or anything that would force me to do that. Yangyang has the worst outro in the game and is not on Moonlit Clouds. What I should be doing is swapping back to Yangyang during basically the same exact windows I was swapping back to baby Cartethyia during the solo, but I'm a bit of a donkey. After all I've trash talked her, it was Jianxin's time to play the most pivotal role on this account. Her job? Auto attack, fallacy, switch. Yeah, she does no damage compared to her rotation time, so making her a reju bot was the best I could do. Technically for Weewa, even with mostly ignoring Jianxin, my rotation time is too long because Aalto just sucks. We'd like to be on Jiyan as much as possible, but it turns out when you can only use one element and you're free to play, you get to make compromises. Still, our Resident Pole Dancer is one of the best units in Weewa, and that's enough to drag this dead weight across the finish line. In the end, what started as the worst element in Wuthering Waves became probably still the worst element because I didn't have Chacona. But the characters I once considered as rejects ended up becoming our heroes. And you can be my hero too. All you have to do is check out how I beat Wuthering Waves with only sword characters. And maybe subscribe too? Oh, and to be clear, they're still rejects.